Once upon a time, Restoration Hardware was just another home furnishing store. Today, it's RH, a global symbol of luxury design, architecture, and aspirational living. It's not just where you buy furniture, it's where you experience a lifestyle. Walk into one of their galleries, and it feels more like stepping into a five-star hotel than a retail store. Think marble floors, curated lighting, rooftop gardens, and fine dining restaurants on the top floor. So, how did RH transform from a niche retail chain into a billion-dollar luxury brand? Let's break down the story from its humble beginnings under Stephen Gordon to its reinvention under Gary Friedman, and the lessons entrepreneurs can learn from this extraordinary brand evolution. So, let's get to it. Welcome back to Savvypreneurship, where I break down business insights from the world's most powerful brands. If you're new here, consider subscribing for weekly videos on business strategy, branding, the customer experience, and from time to time about the luxury lifestyle. It all started in 1979 when Stephen Gordon opened the first restoration hardware store in Eureka, California. At the time, Gordon was restoring a Victorian home and couldn't find high quality, authentic hardware, so he created a store for people like him. The concept resonated with baby boomers restoring classic homes. By the 1990s, Restoration Hardware had expanded across the US, selling retro inspired fixtures, furniture, and decor. It was successful, but by the early 2000s, the novelty began to fade. Big box competitors such as Pottery Barn and Crate and Barrel began offering similar products, and the brand's identity became diluted. That's when a visionary leader stepped in, Gary Friedman. Gary Friedman joined Restoration Hardware in 2001 after a successful run at Williams Sonoma. He had a bold idea to completely transform Restoration Hardware from a middle tier retail brand into a luxury lifestyle company. While most retailers were competing on price and volume, Friedman decided to compete on experience and aspiration. He slashed low margin products, closed underperforming stores, and reimagined the entire customer journey. He renamed the company simply as RH, a move to distance it from the old hardware store image. RH would no longer sell quote unquote furniture. It would sell a lifestyle of architectural beauty and design excellence. Friedman's greatest innovation was the RH Gallery, massive architectural showrooms that feel like art museums or luxury hotels. Each location, whether in New York, Miami, or London, is an immersive design experience. Visitors can stroll through multi story spaces with curated interiors, soft lighting, and even open air courtyards. The RH didn't stop at furniture. On the top floor, you'll often find a restaurant and wine bar, serving fine dining cuisine amid panoramic rooftop views. The goal isn't just to sell tables and sofas, it's to create emotional connection. Customers stay longer, spend more, and associate the brand with sophistication and lifestyle, not retail transactions. For example, the RH New York Gallery in the Meatpacking District of New York features 90,000 square feet of design space, a rooftop park, and a glass encased restaurant. It's not just a store, it's a destination. Gary Friedman didn't just stop with luxury galleries. He pushed RH into experiential luxury, including travel, architecture, and hospitality. RH launched the RH3, a 127-foot luxury exploration yacht available for private charters. Then came the RH-1 and RH-2, private jets designed for charter and brand storytelling. These ventures aren't simply gimmicks. They serve one purpose: to position RH not as a retailer, but as a global luxury lifestyle brand in the same league as Hermès or Four Seasons. Friedman once said, quote unquote, "We're not in the furniture business. We're in the business of creating inspiring spaces that elevate the human spirit." That vision turned RH into a brand that sells taste, status, and belonging. So, what can entrepreneurs learn from RH and Gary Friedman's playbook? Well, here are five key takeaways. One, don't compete, redefine. Instead of fighting competitors head on, RH redefined the category. They turned retail into an experience and furniture into a dream. Two, curate, don't cram. Friedman removed clutter from stores and catalogs. He focused on fewer, better, and timeless pieces, creating scarcity and desirability. Three, build a brand, not a store. RH's value isn't in the sofas, it's in the feeling of sophistication, design, and community it represents. That's what premium customers pay for. Four, elevate the experience. From fine dining to rooftop gardens, RH doesn't just sell, it stages. Every visit is immersive. Entrepreneurs can replicate this by thinking to themselves, how can I turn my product into an experience? And five, think bigger than your industry. A yacht and private jets may seem excessive, but they serve a branding purpose. They communicate global luxury, confidence, and leadership. In Friedman's world, you can't be aspirational if you think small. Today, RH continues to expand into international markets, guest houses, as well as with architectural design. It's merging art, travel, and lifestyle into one cohesive brand universe. Gary Friedman's philosophy remains clear, quote unquote, "We don't chase customers, we create spaces they never want to leave." And that's exactly what RH has done: turned commerce into culture. So, the next time you think about scaling your business, ask yourself, are you selling a product or creating an experience? Because as RH proves, luxury today isn't about ownership, it's about immersion. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur. That's how you can help me grow my channel. I don't use paywalls, I don't do sponsorships, and I most certainly don't ask to contribute to any payment site. As a seasoned entrepreneur and educator, I simply enjoy sharing my experiences and giving back to the community. Consider my value added, self paced, comprehensive online starting a business course at business wisdom academy.com. Until the next episode, be curious, keep learning, and stay savvy.